I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. How many times have you looked in the mirror and said, tomorrow I start? Tomorrow I fix everything. Tomorrow I become the person I want to be. And for that moment, you actually believed it. You felt like this rush of hope, like something inside you woke up. But then tomorrow comes and you hit snooze, or you feel tired, or you open your notebook and the schedule you wrote looks heavy, almost impossible. And suddenly you are right back where you started. And then the guilt comes, the disappointment, the quiet voice in your head saying, see, I told you cannot do it. If you felt this even once in your life, I want you to stay with me because I know this feeling better than I know my own name. There was a time in my life where I kept restarting every week. Every Sunday night, I would sit down full of motivation, full of dreams, and I would write the perfect plan. Study 3 hours a day, read every evening, wake up at 5:30, gym 6 times a week, clean diet, learn Python, meditate, fix my life, become unstoppable. And the crazy thing is, I was not lying to myself. I truly wanted to do all of it. I wanted to become the best version of myself. I wanted to prove something to myself. But Monday would come and maybe I studied for 1 hour instead of 3. And suddenly I felt behind. Tuesday would come and maybe I skipped the gym. And suddenly the whole week felt ruined. And by Wednesday, I was already telling myself, next week. I will start fresh next week. You know this pattern. We all do. That feeling of starting over so many times that you stop trusting your own promises. You stop trusting your own goals. You stop trusting yourself. At some point, I started wondering if it was me. Am I weak? Do I lack discipline? Why do I keep failing the same plan over and over again? But then something clicked, and this took me years to understand. It was never discipline. It was the way I was building my life. I was building a system that guaranteed I would feel like a failure. Think about it. If your goal is 3 hours of study every day, even if you study 2, you still lose. If your goal is 6 gym sessions a week and you go 4 times, you still lose. Even if you try your best, you lose. And losing every day kills you slowly. It kills your confidence. It kills your energy. It kills your hope. It burns you out. And eventually, you quit not because you are lazy, but because you are tired of feeling disappointed in yourself. One day, I decided to try something different. Instead of creating this massive perfect day, I asked myself a simple question. What if the problem is not me? What if the problem is the size of the tasks I keep giving myself? So I tried something new. I stopped writing study for 4 hours and instead I wrote, covered chapter 11, learned 4 loops in Python. Suddenly, the task felt light. It felt doable. It felt like something a real human could finish, not a superhero version of myself that only exists on Sunday night. And when I crossed it off my to-do list for the first time in a long time, I felt proud. Not proud because I finished a huge goal, proud because I actually kept a promise to myself. I felt this tiny spark inside, this small wave of energy like, wait, maybe I can do this. So I did it again and again and again. Tiny wins, tiny steps, tiny moments where you actually finished something instead of feeling behind. And slowly, something magical starts to happen. You build momentum. You start believing in yourself again. You start trusting your own word again. Let me give you a simple example. When you walk into a supermarket, you never say, all right, what am I buying? That makes no sense. You make a list. You want to buy Kleenex, ketchup, chicken breast, eggs, spinach, mustard, I don't know, but you have a list. You know exactly what you are looking for. And you leave with exactly what you needed. Sometimes with a couple of bags of chips, but that's fine. Life works the same way. You cannot just say, I want to become disciplined. I want to lose 20 kilos. I want to become successful. These are dreams. They inspire you, but they do not guide you. What guides you are the tiny steps you take today. The small wins you celebrate today. The quiet victories that nobody sees but that change everything. This video is not about motivation. It's about understanding the power of small wins and how they can transform your life without burning you out. And if you are watching this right now, feeling lost, feeling tired, feeling like you want to change but you do not know how, I want you to take a deep breath and stay with me, because you are not broken. You are overwhelmed, and overwhelmed people do not need more discipline. They need smaller tasks and smaller wins. If this video spoke to you, if this video felt like it's speaking to your soul, then please consider liking it so it reaches more people that need to hear this message. And if you are on this journey of self-reinvention, building discipline, and becoming 1% better every single day, consider subscribing to this channel. I take you with me and I show you everything. My ups, my downs, the times I win, the times I lose, because this is life and that's what life is about. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.